very physical. This was no surprise, I'm guessing.
Yeah, no, every basket you had to fight for. And again, I think there was some fatigue on both teams being the last game. But I think Wisconsin is really good. I watched them. I think they've improved a lot. I think they're very well coached. And I'm not just saying that because Greg's a friend. I know what I see, and they have very good players. They were a little – I think a key was honestly how Kihei Clark, our point guard, got into Trice. I thought that was significant. And then I think Jack, though you look at the stat line of Hap, I thought our bookends, our 1 and our 5, made it hard for them. And then, again, we were solid. Both teams are still forging their identity, and you don't take too much, but it was just sort of a slugfest at the end, and I'm glad we were the last man standing.
You started Clark for the first time. Did you have that in mind? Or was your
Yeah, I just thought it was time, and I thought that Trice matchup was important. I really did. So that's sort of where it came from. I thought we need some quickness on him, and a few times we did trap the post. We got beat. They found, they dive underneath. Hap's such a good passer, so I thought it was those two things were key at least to get us going. And then the guys made big plays. DeAndre and some other guys did some things that were very nice.
I asked you about experience coming into the tournament on Tuesday, I guess. How much of a significance, though, is it? This is a group that's won a lot of games, a lot of big players have. But to start out a year where you win a tournament like this in 3 days, and do what you did, how much significance is it because there are new pieces?
Yeah, we said we want to learn something, as every team would as they come into this tournament, and we weren't pushed early, and so to be in some games like this was very important. And again, like the ACC tournament, if you're fortunate enough to advance 3 games in that amount of time, it tests your mettle. It really it was a test of our system, and it really was a test individually of what our guys had, in their mind and in their heart and their willingness. We talked about refusing to yield and just trying to be that way, as every coach. It's kind of coach talk, but it's true when you get in those spots. And I kept trying to say, I love being in this spot. Keep fighting. Let's see what we can do. And again, taking care of the ball and eliminating some of the things that cost us in the other games was good. Second halves, maybe our shot selection and maybe fatigue, but got some looks. But we'll learn and grow from that because there's room for improvement. We got to develop our depth too. I think that's something that's going to be important as we head forward.
Were you saying I like being in this spot during the timeout?
To our play, yeah, just say, hey, look, this is good. This is game pressure. We got to get a stop. We got to get a score. We've been laboring, and so those are the kind of things we talked about.
Your background with Greg, do they have about as similar a style or philosophy as anyone that you do?
Well, as I said, it's just different personnel. Ethan Happ's one of the most unique players, and I think they're really good. We both have been well taught, I think. We try to take care of the ball, get good shots, get back, make people earn. That's good basketball, in my opinion. And there's different ways to play the game. I respect that. But you always try to figure out a way that gives you a chance to compete against the best competition. And Wisconsin has done that for as many years as I can almost remember. And Greg has his team doing that. They're much improved, and those guys are getting healthier, and that's what we try to do. And I think it's our way, some similarities and, of course, some differences.
DeAndre has been great the first 2 games, but to finish strong for 3 straight days, that's a pretty good sign, too, I would imagine.
Yeah, DeAndre, you see you look at the length and the dimensions and some of those nice plays he makes offensively, but I get equally excited about what he's doing defensively, spreading out and being able to guard sometimes a 4, sometimes a perimeter guy, and his alertness took a step in the right direction. We have a big guy to replace in Isaiah Wilkins from last year who was just Mr. Fix-It defensively, and I think DeAndre showed some of that. And again, we've got to keep moving it up, and I go back to that, keep developing the depth. I told the guys that didn't play, stay in it. You're going to get your chances, and we got to get some more consistency there.
Coach, more of a comment than a question. David Robin with Bad Boy Mowers. Villanova won this last year, and then won NCAA tournament on the backside of it.
That sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Great.
So we can advertise
Yeah. Expectations are awesome. Thank you for a well-run tournament. It was wonderful, and we were excited to be here. Yeah, it's awesome. My wife and I came on our 20th wedding anniversary. We brought our kids here, and it was amazing. So this wasn't as fun. It was fun to play, but I didn't get to go down the water slides or hang out in the cove. So I'm coming back. Whoever can get us a good deal, I'm coming back. So. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.